Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is me, Jordan Young, back with another banger. Today we're going to be talking about some interesting sneaker news stories that have recently broken, as well as look forward to next month's most exciting sneaker releases. Right, so let's start off with some of these cheeky news stories. I want to start off with the Bread Reimagined 4s. If you have been following sneaker Twitter or Sneakergram this week, you were probably under the impression that these were going to shock drop any day now. And the sources to which this information could be credited are known as Trust Me Bro. And this news has been quashed by another sneaker page called solesavy, whose sources, as far as I'm aware, are also Trust Me Bro. Either way, the latest Trust Me Bro take on the Bread 4s shock dropping this week is that it's not going to be happening, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did wheel some exclusive access out for these, and the source for that is, once again, Trust Me Bro. Adidas have unveiled a new basketball shoe. These were originally called the Super Team 2000s and have subsequently been renamed to the Mad Infinities. And these are pretty crazy. They kind of look like a futuristic iron. A lot of people commenting on the post here have been quick to point out the similarities in the design language with Kanye shoes. But the people making these comments forget that people were actually around designing sneakers before Kanye West, and so have probably failed to realize that the design inspiration for this shoe actually comes from a early Kobe Adidas shoe. The reason I thought I'd mention these shoes is I actually think these look really cool. And alongside Anthony Edwards' Adidas basketball shoe, as well as James Harden stuff, I feel like Adidas at the moment are really doing some good stuff in the basketball shoe department. Feel free to let me know if you agree with that or not. The latest news surrounding the release of the Air Jordan 1 Black Toe Reimagines is that they're going to be substituting out the famous Wings logo for the Air Jordan block branding. This modification is meant to make the shoe look exactly one-to-one like the shoe that MJ was wearing around his neck in the original commercials and posters for the Jordan 1 Black Toe back in the day. You can see the iconic images of a very youthful looking MJ here, holding the shoes, in which the Wings logo is noticeably absent and this type font is right there. Now, judging from some of the comments that I've read on some of the posts featuring this news, it seems like people are pretty divided, but it does seem like a lot of the OG or really true sneakerheads see this as a welcome addition. I mean, at the end of the day, the evidence is right there. These look like the shoes that MJ is holding back in this commercial. It will be the first time we'll have seen this shoe in this fashion. And let's just be perfectly honest, anyone out there that is trashing these in the comments will probably be among the first to complain when they take their L on these come release day. What do you guys think of this change? I think it is a cool change. I think it is nice to see something different, and can't wait for these to release. I think the Black Toe one is probably the best OG colorway of all of them. The biggest sneaker news story is, of course, this story here of $5 million of stolen Nike products recovered by LAPD. You will have no doubt seen this story pretty much everywhere.
Can I ask, how do you get some of these shoes?
Because I guess we're friends and family.
A few moments later.
Thousands of pairs of stolen Nike shoes, clothing, prototypes, and accessories were found inside of a warehouse in Hawthorne. And take a look at these incredible photos. You can just see stacks of shoe boxes, display boxes, and even close-ups of some of the shoes that police found.
I've read a few different articles on this, and so I'll give you the bare bones of the story so far. A 37-year-old man in California was taken into custody in connection with the delivery of stolen Nike products at a local warehouse. This guy's name is Roy Lee Harvey Jr. Now, these images shared by the LAPD appear to show that the products were recovered at the warehouse of reseller Project Blitz, aka Croatian Style, but that detail has yet to be confirmed, and there have yet to be any formal charges against the resale outfit. It is worth mentioning, according to Complex, that Project Blitz's website is currently closed with a "be back soon" message. And so according to these articles, what we know about the case is that they have been following this guy, Roy Lee Harvey Jr., as he's implicated in the distributing and the reselling of these stolen Nike products. We know, of course, there's an elaborate organized crime ring that's responsible for ripping off cargo containers and train carts and drop yards, and ferrying these stolen Nike goods to certain warehouses where they then go on to sell them on to retailers at a 100% at least markup. And it seems like this organized crime ring has extended out to some pretty famous sneaker resellers, including this guy, Project Blitz, aka Croatian Style. This guy, of course, is a very well-known figure in the sneaker culture, sneaker community, because his warehouse, or his sneaker vault as it's often referred to, contains some of the rarest and most expensive prototypes and samples and sneaker grails of all time. But what these findings seem to suggest is that some of the contents of his sneaker vault could have also been stolen. In one article I read, it cited the Paranormum Foamposites as being one of the stolen items in question. But it's kind of weird to me because this shoe came out many years ago, whereas a lot of these train cart thefts and drop yard ripoffs have happened in the recent past. And so whilst I can imagine that people like Project Blitz might be in receipt of recently released stolen goods, I'm not sure that some of these much older sneakers could be considered in the same way. And so I'm not sure whether this $5 million number is referring to the value of the inventory in the warehouse that they found, or if it corresponds to the amount of money they recovered in stolen merchandise. I'm not quite sure. Because Project Blitz hasn't been named as an accomplice or as having knowingly bought these stolen goods at this point, I think it's going to be premature to pass any judgment. Make sure you guys are following the channel to stay updated. I'll probably drop an update in a couple of days, maybe on Saturday's sneaker news segment, but that is the sneaker news wrap for now. Let's move on and talk about some of this month's biggest upcoming sneakers. Let's kick things off with February the 3rd. We have the Air Jordan 3 Craft Ivory. These are going to be retailing for $210. Sneakers app release, all of the usual Jordan outlet retailers for these. On the same day, Feb the 3rd, you have the Lapstone and Hammer Asics Indigo collection. There's a Gel NYC and a Gel 1130. If you don't know about Lapstone and Hammer, don't worry, I didn't either. But they are apparently quite famous for dip dyeing stuff. And so these are gonna be priced at $180 for the Gel NYC and $160 for the Gel 1130. And these are gonna be releasing in store at their Chestnut location as well as online 11 a.m. EST. On February the 8th, we have the Nike Kobe 8 Radiant Emerald and the Court Purple. These are releasing for $190, which is quite hefty for a Kobe. On February the 9th, we have the DTLR New Balance 9060 Cayenne Burst. February the 14th, I know a lot of you guys out there have been waiting for this shoe right here, but the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Eggplant is coming back out with a retail price of 240 smackaroonies. And the following day, on the 15th, you have the KD4 Galaxies. These are retailing for $130 and very similar to the Foamposite Eggplants. This is one of those shoes that you might just be in the market for simply because you didn't have them back in the day. At least that's how I feel about this shoe. This is KD's all-star shoe from when he won the MVP. It's one of the best colorways, in my opinion, of the KD4. This is a shoe that I personally am going to be going for. I think the Galaxy Pack brings back a lot of memories. Now, the 15th is a big day because you also have Kobe Bryant's Adidas Crazy 8 All-Star shoe releasing as well. Very cool shoe, but I think because it's such a busy release day and a lot of people are going to be spending money elsewhere, these shouldn't be hard to get at all. And we're still on February the 15th when we talk about the Trophy Room Air Jordan 1 Low. There's going to be a home version and an away version. The home colorway, which features the white swoosh, is going to be an exclusive in-store release at Trophy Room, meaning if you want to get your hands on them, you'll probably have to be behind Trophy Room next to the back door. And the away colorway is going to be more widely accessible, landing at the Trophy Room and select retailers, as well as likely on the sneakers app as well. On the 16th, you have the Jordan 1 High Metallic Burgundy. And then February the 17th, probably the release of the month. I know the release that a lot of people out there have been looking forward to the most, the Jordan 4 Bread Reimagined, $215. I've seen rumors that there's going to be lots of stock, something in the region of 500,000 pairs. I'm going to be going for these. They'll definitely sell out. There's no doubt about it. I can't see them reselling for a crazy amount of money, but they will definitely sell out. Also on the same day, the 17th, you have the Bad Bunny Response CL Wonder. This is a really cool shoe. February the 21st, you have the Awake New York Nike Airship. February the 23rd, a bit of a nostalgic pair for some of you LeBron lovers out there, the Fruity Pebbles LeBron 4. Retail price point of $250. But if you think about how much the shoe used to go for when it was only in sample form, you'll realize that $250 is a bit of a snip, although I don't think these will sell out. In fact, this is one of those types of shoes that I can see going on sale down the line. But yeah, this at one point was a real holy grail sneaker for a lot of LeBron heads out there. February the 26th, you have the release of the Reebok Preseason 94 in the low version, as well as the high version. 28th of Feb, the Air Jordan 5 Lucky Green. And then there are also some sneakers that are set to come out in February that don't yet have release dates, including the Kobe 6 Black History Months, the Klotz and Adidas Superstar, the SpongeBob SquarePants Crocs, as well as the Adidas Fear of God second release, including some of these cream basketball shoes and these other runners. So there are also a lot of sneakers set to come out in Feb that haven't yet been announced. And so there are definitely some cool sneakers to look forward to in February. It is ramping up. I think for me, the number one cop has got to be the Bread 4s, and then probably the KD 4s, and then maybe the Trophy Room 1 lows, although I'm not as fussed about those, to be honest. Let me know if you guys are excited to cop anything this month down below in the comments. Let me know what you think about some of these recently developed sneaker news stories. And be sure to hit the like button before you bounce. It really helps the video out. Thanks as always for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care for now, and peace.